Yo, 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 what's up, LA Live gang? What's up, y'all? This is your boy AC, man. I had to drink some water. And welcome back to another edition of LA Sports Live. You guys see the thumbnail, you see the title. Now, look, shit's been a little bit slow. We have been getting some little Laker news here and there. Salute to everybody on the stream. Salute to everybody on, first of all, salute to everybody watching on YouTube. Salute to everybody watching on Twitch. Um, Thank you guys for dropping by the stream. We've had some Laker news here and there, but I guess maybe not the big Laker news that we've been looking for. But hey, I just wanted to jump on, do a live stream, haven't done one in a few days. And hey, I'm trying to keep hope alive. I know a lot of people, a lot of Laker fans, a lot of YouTubers, man, they kind of giving up, man. Don't give up. Y'all supposed to rock with the purple and gold, man. Just because stuff is quiet, don't mean Rob is out there willing and dealing. Because let me tell you something. With every day that goes by, with every day that we get closer to training camp, I'm telling you, man, things are going to be different. All of a sudden, people are going to start answering phone calls. All of a sudden, people are going to start returning text messages because a lot of negotiations are going. They're going by phone calls and text, and they don't do like in the old days. They don't do faxes and stuff and emails, man. It's got to be direct. It's got to be quick. So hey, man, I'm confident. I'm confident in the Lakers organization, starting with owner and governor Jeannie Buss, on down to vice president of basketball operations and general manager Rob Pelinka. We're gonna get a deal done. Matter of fact, I think we probably get multiple deals done. So I'm just here to tell you guys, man, just chill out, relax. We'll get a deal done. Um, right now, like I said before, man, all the teams are just kind of hunkered down. Nobody wants to be the first to give in, man. Just like the Lakers don't want to go to camp with Russell Westbrook on the team. Everybody knows that the Lakers don't want that. Everybody knows that. But the same thing, the Nets, they do not want, despite what's being said, they do not want to move forward with Kyrie Irving. I don't care what's being said publicly. I'm just saying, man, that's what I think. That's what I think the real deal is. So there's no reason to panic. No reason to get frustrated. No reason, and really no reason to cave and give in and take a less attractive deal. When we already know what the number one, we already know what the number one deal or the number one prize would be Kyrie Irving. Everybody knows that. And I saw that report um about the Pacers supposedly rejecting a deal from the Lakers. Now, come on, guys, come on. Do you think the Lakers have? You think the Lakers have already given up on Kyrie Irving? Do you think the Lakers have already given up Kyrie Irving and they already put in their deal, like their best deal for that Buddy Hield and who was that? Miles Turner did. Come on, man. Come on, man. That stuff is just in the beginning stages as well. I of course, like I just got finished saying, man. Hey, salute to the chat. What's up? What's up, Brian Cruz? Man, this is just all negotiating back and forth. And like I said, hell, 2.5, 3 months ago. Every time we hear a story come out, guys, look, every time you hear a story come out, really like kind of do your research on it, man. Backtrack and just kind of check the validity of it because that story that came out of Indiana about them rejecting the Lakers offer, that's BS, man. That's BS. And I did my own research on that. And that guy who put that story out there, man, he's not reputable. He's just a damn uh, a half-ass uh, Pacer fan slash wannabe journalist. What's up, Brian Cruz? Nah, the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers will ever. I don't think the Lakers will ever trade. Hold on, man, guys. I think I discussed this already. The Lakers are never. I don't think they'll ever trade LeBron James or Anthony Davis unless they ask, because that's just me. That's just my personal opinion, man. Those are the two superstars on the team, and I just don't think they'll trade them. You know, um, Unless they actually be traded. Now, would I trade KD for LeBron? I don't know, man. I don't know, because look, one thing I can say about LeBron. Everybody has their own opinions on how they feel about him, but he is a true leader. Now, I know I've gotten on him, sometimes when I feel like he don't act right, when his body language is bad, or sometimes I feel like he don't really handle a situation properly. You know, Nobody's perfect, but like when it gets down to it, and his team is really in contention, and this team really doesn't have a chance, I can't really think of any player slash leader in the NBA that I would really pick over LeBron James. We can't really say that. We really can't say that about KD, man. I mean, I'm not here to talk trash about KD, um, but I really can't say that. Can't say that. What's up, Bucket and One? Bucket and One is asking, what are the Lakers waiting for to make this deal? Which deal you talking about, man? Which deal? Are you talking about Kyrie, or are you talking about Pacers deal, or any deal for that matter? Um, but I think the explanation is probably the same for whatever deal that you're talking about, man. I mean, what do you think the Lakers should do? What do you think the Lakers should do, Bucket and One? Do you think the Lakers should just the Kyrie? Okay, what do you think they should do? You think they should just call the Nets and say, "Hey, here's two first round picks. Here's Russ and THT if you like. Uh, take Go ahead and take them." Is that what you think they should do, Bucket and One? Just in negotiations, man. First of all, you don't put your best foot forward. You don't put your best offer out there. And plus, Bucket and One, who's to say, right? Because we've heard multiple reports that the Nets don't really want to move. They don't really want to make a move with Kyrie until the deal with KD is done. So if that's the case, right? If that's the case, who's to say, right? Bucket and One, who's to say that the Lakers haven't already offered their best deal for Kyrie? Who's to say they haven't? And I guess you would say that you could say their best deal will be the two first, Russ, and whatever the hell, whatever else the Nets may want. Shit, who knows? But who's to say they haven't even made that offer? But if the Nets are not ready to will and deal until they get this KD thing done, then it's not going to be done. It's not going to be done because we know that in the KD deal, it's going to be for multiple players. It ain't going to just be for one player. It's going to be multiple players. So, like we've already discussed before, I'm pretty sure um, one of the reasons why they don't really want to move on Kyrie is because of their roster. The KD deal is going to be for multiple players. They may take back two players, three players, maybe even four. So it wouldn't make no sense for them to do the Kyrie deal first, because that might be a deal for multiple players as well. So it's just kind of like when you dealing like they're dealing like with two or three different situations. Sean Marks he's dealing with at least two situations at once. He's dealing with the KD thing, and he's dealing with the Kyrie thing. You gotta have priorities. So it seems like the priority is, of course, the KD deal, and then the Kyrie deal secondary, man. So that's just the kind of way. It's just the way it is, and the way it's gonna be. So even if the Lakers have already put their best foot forward, man, that deal's gonna be on the back burner. in all likelihood, until the Nets get the KD deal done. Now, RJ Quick, what's RJ Quick talking about? Okay, I like what the Jazz possibly have to offer Conley and others. Kyrie should request a buyout offer if he wants to become a Laker. Nah, but here's the thing, man. Kyrie already opted in, so he wants, he figures he's gonna get his money. Well, he is gonna get his money one way or the other. I don't. He's not gonna, even if he wants to be a Laker, he's not gonna give up any money um, to be a Laker to speed it up, because he's gonna get his money. And like the stuff that we heard a month ago, like that he was not gonna pick up his last year on this deal, and he was gonna just take that $6 million from the from the Lakers. Man, anybody who believed that was crazy. That he was gonna basically forfeit $30 million and take that 5 million or whatever the hell that shit was from the Lakers. Come on, man, that's not that wasn't happening, man. That wasn't happening. Things are moving. Here's the thing: you guys gotta remember, like I said, this is negotiations. Nobody wants to give an inch on anything. Not even not even the damn players. Why should Kyrie give up that 30 million? He's gonna make somebody pay him. If it's gonna be the Lakers, or it's gonna be the Nets, or whoever else he may get paid to. So there's no reason for him to give that up. Lakers fan for life, man. You one of them impatient ones, man. I understand it. I get it. I get it, man. You want a deal? Hell, I want a deal. Hey, let me ask you. Hey, let me ask you guys a question and see if I'm the only one who's like this. Excuse me. If I got some kind of problem or something, do you guys? I know everybody gets notifications on their phone, but every time I get a damn notification on my phone, man, I'm like breaking my damn neck to see if it's Woj or Shams or Bleacher Report or shit, even hell, Dave McMenamin, Ramona Shelburne. I'm looking for anybody to drop a notification to say the Lakers. I'm just like, I got it in my head. It's like I'm waiting for that Shams tweet. Lakers and Nets closing in on it. You guys know how it goes. You already know. Lakers and Nets closing in on the Kyrie Irving Russell Westbrook deal, or a Woj bomb. Woj, he usually don't tease. Shams likes to cheat. Like Shams, he likes to tease, and then he'll follow right back up with another tweet. Woj, he just drops the shit on you. But anyway, I got a problem, man. Every time my phone go off, I'm like breaking my neck trying to see the notification, see what's going on, man. But anyway, I guess I'm the only one out here that's doing that. I'm tripping off it like this now. Now look, Laker fans for life. You don't think, man? Rob knows what he's doing, man. Look, Laker fans for life. let's say let's say the Nets want the two first rounders, right? We know they want the first two rounders, and in order to move, in order to take Russ hypothetically and to give up Kyrie. But let's say the Lakers, they got another deal brewing. Let's just say the Lakers got another deal brewing, and but they feel like in order to get that done as well, that they're going to need a first round pick. That's why you don't give up the first round picks right off the bat, both of them. That's why you don't give them out right off the bat to Brooklyn. Because if you give them both to Brooklyn right off the bat, how are they going to be able to get Buddy Hield from the Pacers? How are they going to do that? If they trade both first round picks to the Nets, how are we going to be able to make a secondary pick? I mean, excuse me, a secondary trade with the Pacers, man. So you don't give up that second pick until you absolutely have to, until we're fucking like 2 or 3 days before a training camp. And then that's when you get down to the nitty gritty. That's when start to get serious. And that's when you put in your last and final offers. Because, like I said, neither trade THT. Well, I'm not sure what you're saying. Trade THT and buy, but here's the thing, man. In negotiations, man, you don't want to do more than what you have to, okay? Because we've seen over the last year and a half, these teams, I mean, well, really, the last 2 or 3 years, in most deals, the Lakers are having to pay, like, overpay. So I think the Lakers have finally kind of like put their foot down and they decided, look, we're not, that's not happening no more. And and let me tell you something. We're almost August 1st, right? If this had been Rob Pelinka maybe 2 years ago, he would have made the deal already, if possible. He would have made the deal already. He just would have pony up, gave up whatever they was asking for, and be done with it. But I'm telling you, man, in this instance, the Lakers do have some leverage, man. They don't have to move right away because there's not like it's not like there's 20 teams looking for Kyrie Irving. Now let's say let's say let's say it was KD, right? Let's say if it was KD who demanded a trade, which he did, but let's say KD said, "I want to go to the Lakers," right? I want to go to the Lakers. Now the Lakers would have the upper hand because well, not really, because he's got multiple years on his deal. But the thing about it is, there's multiple suitors for KD, multiple suitors. So the Nets are going to be inclined to try to wait and get the best offer, but that's not the case. That's not the case with Kyrie, man. By all accounts, there's really only the Lakers who want him. So if that's the case, if the Lakers are, for all intents and purposes, negotiating against or and all that stuff against themselves, there's no reason. There's no reason for them to give in, man. And I'm tired. Trust me, bro. Trust me. I'm scrambling. Try to find stuff to talk about. There's always something to talk about, but it ain't, uh, there's always something to talk about. But shit, what we want to talk about is a damn trade, right? But unfortunately, you can't just make trades on demand, and of course, when you're trying to negotiate and do a trade, you can't make the other side move. You know what I'm saying? Because even like I said, even if the Lakers have already put their best foot forward, let's say if they put their last and best final proposition on the table to the Nets, if the Nets ain't ready to do it, if the Nets are not really to do it, there's nothing Rob Pelinka and there's nothing that the Lakers can do except wait. You know, they're not going to. There's other deals to be had, but if the Lakers, okay, for the people who want Rob to Rob to do something, I mean, think about it. Do you really want him just to do something? Because that ain't what you want, right, Eric? That is not what you want. Because I went crazy last year at the trade deadline with the Lakers when they didn't make a move. You guys know I had that damn long ass live stream. Um, we're sitting around waiting. We're waiting. We're counting down the last minute. Everybody's making trades. Lakers didn't make a trade. At that time, there was really only one deal on the table for the Lakers. I mean, there was a Houston deal, and then there was the deal with uh uh, shit. What's the food that what you guys know? The food that went to the Clippers. But anyway, the dude, that guy, he ain't really played no games in the last 2 or 3 years. Now look, what if Rob had made that deal and gave up the draft picks? That deal wouldn't have pushed the needle that much for the Lakers, and now we would be sitting here with no picks. So I think we kind of need to yeah, exactly. Wall. That's what I'm saying, Eric. Laker fans would have been mad as hell if the Lakers just would have made a deal just for the sake of making a deal. And in that case, it probably wouldn't have worked out, right? It probably wouldn't have worked out, you know. because this season, last season just totally fell apart. So in that situation, no deal was the best deal. Now I'm not saying in this situation no deal is the best deal, but I'm just saying no deal right now at this very second might be the best deal. Don't fucking cave in. Rob Pelinka, man, y'all need to give Rob Pelinka some props on this, man, because he's not folding. He's standing firm. He does realize that the Lakers do have a little bit of leverage in this situation because there's just not a lot of big demand for Kyrie Irving. So when there's not like a lot of demand for the player, you can afford to lay low for a little bit. That's all I'm saying, man. When there's not a demand for a said player, you can afford to lay low a little bit. Now, angry Laker fans, what's angry Laker fans talking about? I'm tired of being patient. Yeah, bro, I'm tired of it too. Trust me, I'm tired of it too, man. But I think it. You guys heard the old saying. You guys heard the old saying. Good things comes to those who wait. I think in this situation, man. Now look, I can't say for certain what's going to happen. But the only thing I can say for certain is I think the Lakers are going to make a trade, perhaps multiple trades. But the key thing is you got to do things at the right time, man. You got to do things at the right time, and you don't want to jump the gun and look stupid and overpay when you could have got something cheaper. Nobody, you guys like when you shop, don't you like to get the best deal? For you guys who like who you guys who like to wear Jordans and all that kind of shit, do you just pay whatever store, if you go to Foot Locker and they say, oh, the Jordans are 200, do you just give them 200? Or do you be like, 200, let me look around and see if I can find something cheaper. Let me look around and see if I can find a better deal. Or you might say, well, let me wait till these motherfuckers go on clearance. You get it? You, you guys see what I'm going, man? You don't just go the first day they come out, man, and it's just $200. You don't just go down, throw down 200. When eventually the price is gonna go down, that's what's gonna happen. At least I hope. But I think that's what's gonna happen, man. The price is gonna go down. But what's up, the beating 139? I don't know if that's Kareem or one of his coworkers, but salute to everybody in the chat. You just don't go. You just don't go after the first thing, man. You kind of sit on things and see what's gonna happen. So that's what I think is going on, guys. I mean, it's not sexy, it's not fun, it's boring. Um, but look, I put it this way. Reg Dog, salute to Reg Dog. Just gotta wait it out. Yeah, bro. You just gotta wait it out, man. And look, we don't want Russ back. Nobody wants Russ back, man. Nobody wants Russ back. And so we just gotta play this out, man, the right way. We just gotta play it the right way, man. Not be stupid, not get played. Angry fans TV, the Angry Laker fans TV. I understand we want Curry, but we could go after him next summer. At least we know we try. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I still feel like all of that is on the table because I just feel like all of that is on the table, and I agree because there's like no other teams fighting for Kyrie. If he was like in high demand, I don't know. I don't want to keep saying the same shit, but it's like if he was in high demand, like KD, yeah, then you might want you might get antsy and jump the gun and go ahead and just go for it. But in this case, like I said, man, there's several components to this. There's several components to this, and I mean, really, honestly, who's to say that who's to say that Brooklyn is just not ready to do a Kyrie deal first? They just don't want to do it first. And if that's the case, you can't make them do nothing, man. You can't make them do nothing. And so, like I said, in this case, look, salute to Kareem. Kareem report is in the chat, and Kareem says get the likes up and get the best deal. That's it, man. That's what I think we gotta hold out for. Laker fan for life. If Russell Westbrook start the first of this season by Palinka, by brother, um, that would be worst case scenario if we actually have to go to camp with Russ. I kind of think that's the worst case scenario. We'll see. Um, are the Lakers willing to go to camp with Russ? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm inclined. I don't know, but I'm inclined to think not because I really think the Lakers want to get this straight before camp. Eric Kwan, the worst to go to camp with no. I'm just saying, man. I don't think they want to go to camp without making this trade, and I don't think they want to go to camp with Russ on the roster. It's just it's just been too many negative stories back and forth. He wants to be traded. He doesn't want to be traded. Um, who knows what to believe? That's why I just said, man. If you guys just kind of look at this situation in totality, the odds of a trade being done right now, as far as the Lakers are concerned, are slim. You know, don't. This is what I'll say, and then we're gonna get ready to get out of here in a little bit. I don't look for a Lakers trade. This is what I'll say. Don't look for a Lakers trade as far as a Kyrie's trade. Don't look for it until they move KD. Now, when they move KD, and it kind of looks like KD is probably going to go to the Celtics. When that deal goes down, okay, that's when you go on Kyrie watch. That's when you go on Kyrie watch, and then between that time, whenever the KD deal goes down, and when camp opens, that's when you look for the Lakers to make that deal for Kyrie if he indeed still is available. Bucket and one. Do you know who is the front running team to give Russ? I mean, it's hard to tell. There's several different variations of trade. More than likely, I mean, for what I understand, the Nets don't want Russ, right? They don't want him. So if they don't want him, that means there's going to be at the very least a three-team deal, and Russ will go somewhere else. So I can't really say um, uh, what team he will go to. Now, I'll say this: if Russ gets traded, we land Kyrie. What team is he most likely to go to and really play 1 year? I probably would say the Pacers because I think they'll stomach him and keep him around for a year. They won't trade him, and they'll just keep him less contract run out, and then let that 47 million come off the books. Most of these other teams, they don't. Most of them they don't want him either. They don't want him either. They want to trade for him, and then make him take a buyout and send him on his way. And that was another reason why his former agent was telling him just to stay with the Lakers and play things out. Eric Kwan says, I will probably say mid-August they get it done. Yeah, man. Yeah. Um, and also we got the date. I think it's early August where LeBron can sign his extension. And by the way, guys, I'm predicting, and not that it means that LeBron's going to leave, but I'm predicting that he's not going to sign the extension. But I'm not going to reveal the reasons why. Might be wrong, but I don't think he's going to sign the extension. But I don't think he's going to leave the Lakers. And then that's all I'll say on that. Laker fan for life. Nets, hurry up, get Katie out of Brooklyn. Yeah, man. Hey, Laker fan for life. You need to DM Sean Marks. DM Sean Marks. Tell him who you are, Laker fan for life, and, and tell him stop BSing and get the deal done so we can get Kyrie over here in LA, man, where he belongs, man. But I think Eric is right, man. Mid August, these teams will probably get tired. They'll get tired of this BS like we are, and then they'll go ahead and hammer out a deal. But what I think is um, they'll get a deal done, and the Lakers are probably going to have to give up the 2 picks because look at it to get Kyrie. And here's the deal with here's the deal in negotiations, man. Here's how you know you get a good deal. It's never a good deal when one side is totally pissed and the other side is totally happy. You guys understand what I'm saying? If you got two sides negotiating on a deal, it's not a good deal when one side is totally happy and then the other side is pissed. If it's going to be a good, fair deal, if it's going to be a good, fair deal, I believe that neither side gets exactly what they want. That's how I kind of see a fair deal goes. And to me, the Lakers definitely don't want to give up 2 picks to get Kyrie. They definitely don't want to do that, but I think they'll have to. Now, at the same time, um, the Nets definitely don't want to take on Russ. They probably don't want to take on a player if it's like a 3-team deal. Like let's just say at the Pacers. Let's say if they get the Pacers in a 3-team deal, they probably don't want to take on a player, for example, like Buddy Hield. And the Lakers say, "Hey man, you okay? Look, you take Buddy Hield, and you take that extra year where he's owed like $20 million, and you send us Steph Curry." The Lakers say, "Look, you get the first 2 picks. You'll get the first 2 picks, the two first round picks, but you got to give us Steph Curry, and you take Buddy Hield from the Pacers." It's going to be something like that. The whole point is, what's up? Salute to everybody in chat. The whole point is, neither side is going to be totally happy. I don't think there's no way in hell the Lakers can escape this deal with Kyrie Irving just giving up 1 pick. I just don't. I just 1 first round pick. I don't. I don't. I don't think they're going to be able to do that. And like I was saying, Laker fan for life. I don't think it's the Lakers don't want to give up the 2 picks. I just think they don't want to do it if they don't have to, right? Because they're holding out. But you never know. You never know that they might get the third team in the deal going, and it's hell. The Lakers probably had to give up the second pick anyway, but it just might not be to the Nets. You never know. You never know, man. But salute to everybody in the chat. Dominique 5, you're new here. I never seen you before. I salute to you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. Laker fan for life. What's Laker fan for life? Donovan Mitchell gonna get traded before we do. Yeah, you never know, man. That could be another domino that needs to fall first before this deal. It might not even have anything to do. It might have something to do with these deals directly or indirectly. So it's just kind of like, man, you can't look. Would you guys agree? Okay, let's put it like this. Sugar Ray Robinson. What's up, Sugar Ray Robinson? We know you're a closet Laker fan. Um, this is what I was gonna say. Can Rob Pelinka afford to screw this up? I mean, you guys heard Jeannie's comments in that interview. Rob Pelinka, he cannot afford this. As much as I'm cool with Rob, he can't afford to screw this up, right? Rob Pelinka can't afford to screw this up. So this might be his last off season with the Lakers. So do you think he's just gonna jump at any deal that comes his way? You think you know he's not gonna do it. I just don't think he's not gonna do it. And he's not one of these guys. He's not one of these guys that may be thinking, look, I'm going to be on my way out anyway, so I don't give a fuck about the Lakers or their future assets. And he's not going to be one of those guys that just makes a stupid deal and trades everything away. No, I think either way it goes, if he ever gets fired by a local Laker organization, I don't think he'll have no ill will. Shit just didn't work. He'll just go back to being an agent. But for his sake and for the Lakers' sake, whatever they decide to do, They got to get it right this off season. They can't afford to get played. And they can't afford to take a dumbass deal. So, with that being the case, with that being the scenario, they're not going to make any hasty moves. And like Eric said, this is going to probably more than likely go well into the second, at least the second week in August, and that's just the way it's going to be, man. That's just the way it's going to be. So we've been waiting all this damn time. Oh boy. Sugar Ray Robinson Jr. Clippers going to win it all this year. What is the Clippers going to win? Regular season games and then forward in the playoffs or get hurt? Is that what the Clippers going to do again? Is that what you're talking about? That's probably what's going to happen, Sugar Ray Robinson. The Clippers going to win a bunch of damn meaningless regular season games and then do what they always do, fold when it counts. That's what we can count on the Clippers to do. I don't want Rich Dog. Can you imagine the drama if Russ is at training camp, bro? Last season was a stressful ass season, bro. That was rough. That was really rough. But with Russ going to camp, Lakers media day is gonna be crazy as hell. We're gonna have media from all over the place. They will undoubtedly be asking questions. You don't want to go to camp. You don't want to go to media day with the questions about who's gonna be on the team and who's not gonna be there. That's a disaster, man. It's already a disaster. We got to sit around and wait for this shit. But going fuck camp, going to media day, and then we got to sit around and hear all these dumbass questions about what's gonna happen with Russ. Is he gonna start? Is he gonna come off the bench? Is he gonna get traded? Is he gonna retire? Is he gonna get waived? Is he gonna get bought out? Nobody wants to go to camp with all that crap. Exactly. Bucket and One says both training camps are going to be a mess for Lakers and Nets. Exactly. So that's why I say, man, just give it time. Both teams are trying to hold out and do the least amount as possible, give up the least amount as possible, man. But when the shit hit the fan, bro, when we get August 6th, August 7th, August 8th, August 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, then you're gonna be seeing some real you'll really start possibly seeing the real deal, the real framework of what this trade is actually going to be. Because like I said, way before or right before the off season started, people would say, well, what are the Lakers gonna do? They're gonna trade this person, they're gonna go here, or what exactly is gonna happen? Well, what exactly is gonna be the end game? And I always say the end game or the final trade is going to be something that we're not even talking about at that specific time because that's just the way things go, and that's just the way things go. There's going to be negotiations back and forth. A month from now, the Lakers are going to possibly offer something. Well, not possibly. They will most definitely offer something a month from now that they have no intentions on offering right now. And same thing goes for the Nets. Now, there's a good question. Dominic Five says, "Can we realistically trade for Kyrie and Pat Bev?" Well, here's the thing. I think we can realistically trade for Kyrie. Pat Bev, um, yeah, you could. I guess you could trade for Pat Bev, but those are two different situations. But me, my personal preference. Now, you guys know how I feel about Nappy Head, but if he was to come to the Lakers, I would rather have him in the buyout, right? Because you guys saw I dropped that story earlier. He's already on record saying that if the Jazz are not going to be competitive, he doesn't know how he feels about sticking around in Utah. So That's how I feel about Pat Bev. Bucket and One is asking, is Pat Bev on a training block? Well, there's speculation that he is because if the Jazz go ahead and trade Donovan Mitchell, well, that means they're in a full blown rebuild. So they might as well. What would be the reason for them keeping Pat Bev, especially if somebody's willing to give up something for him? Or he may just say, I want to go to a contender, and he may just ask for a buyout. Yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. But what I want to do, man, I didn't want to go too long without doing a live stream, and then I want you guys to keep the hope alive. Keep hope alive, man. We're gonna get this trade done, and man, let me tell you something. There's gonna be a lot of people. There's gonna be a lot of people, man. They're gonna have to eat their words about Rob Pelinka, man. So y'all just stay tuned. Stay tuned. See what's gonna happen. I think that's a possibility, Eric. Could Russ go back to the Wizards? It's a possibility, man. There's a lot. There's so many different things. That's why I laughed when people were saying there's no way they could trade Russ. Nobody wants that. Well, nobody wants that contract. The Lakers will have to give up 5 picks in order to get rid of him. I said, man, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit, man. Watch when this trade gets done. It's going to be vastly different than what everybody has even talked about. We might see 4 or 5 different teams. It might be a massive. You guys remember the James Harden trade? That was a massive trade. How many different teams were involved in that? At least 3 or 4 in the James Harden trade. So this could be the same thing, man. This could be the same thing. So you guys, we just have to stay tuned, stay locked in. It's still gonna be Lakers over here, no matter what. Still gonna be Lakers over here, and we'll see what happens, man. But anyway, thanks to everybody for coming by. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to Laker fan for life, Bucket and One, the world famous Eric Kwan, Reg Dog TV, Sugar Ray Robinson Jr., uh, the guy who thinks he's a Clipper fan, but he really is a Laker fan. And who else we had up in here? Dominique Five. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And Angry Laker fans. Hey, you guys make sure you check out Angry Laker Fans TV. Subscribe to his channel. He puts out real good content. You guys make sure you subscribe to the Kareem Report. Shout out to all the everybody who came through in the chat. Shout out to all the YouTubers. And I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. This is your boy AC, LA Sports Live. I will wrap with y'all later. When he does the trade, Laker fan for life, you got to come on the panel. So I understand you. You said you can't wait for them when they screw it up. You're gonna be right here. So when Rob makes the trade, Laker fan for life, you got to come on the panel and pay respect to Rob Pelinka. Anyway, I'm out of here. Later.